Hello world. Welcome to Linux Shots. In today's video, we will see basics of Cron Table, that is, Crontab. Before I show you demo, let's go through little theory to understand the structure. Cron is a Linux tool which is used to schedule tasks. Those tasks can be either Linux commands, or scripts, or binaries to be executed. To schedule a task, that task must be added in Cron Table. Let me explain you the structure of Cron Table. There are two components in Cron Table. The first component is time schedule. This part of Cron Table tells us at what time, or when, the task is to be performed. The second component is task, or command to be executed at that time. Now, we will see first component, that is, time schedule. Time schedule consists of 5 elements. First element represents minutes of the time. Its value can be anything from 0 to 59. Second element represents hours of the time. Its value can be anything from 0 to 23. Third element represents day of the month. Its value can be anything from 1 to 31. Fourth element represents month of the year. Its value can range from 1 to 12, where 1 represents January, and 12 represents December month. Fifth element represents day of the week. Its value can range from 0 to 7, where 0 as well as 7 represents Sunday, and 1 represents Monday, and so on. Other than these values, asterisk can be used to represent all possible values. For example, to represent every day, month element can be represented by simply an asterisk. Tasks can also be scheduled by using some special keywords. They are at reboot. It runs a task whenever our system boots up. At yearly. It runs a task every year on 1st of January at 0 o'clock midnight. At monthly. It runs a task every first day of month at 0 o'clock midnight. At weekly. It runs the task every week on Sunday at 0 o'clock midnight. At daily. It runs the task every day at 0 o'clock midnight. At hourly. This runs the task every hour at 0th minute. Second part of Cron Table can be any of Linux commands, scripts, or binaries to be executed. Let me show you an example. Suppose we want to create an empty file on 12th August at 2 p.m. To do so, we will add below entry in Cron Table. In first component, that is, time schedule. First element will be 0 to represent 0 minute. Then, second element will be 14 to represent 14th hour, that is, 2 p.m. Then, third element will be 12 to represent 12th day of month. Then, fourth element will be 8 to represent 8th month of year, that is, August. Then, fifth element will be asterisk to represent every day of week. This will make sure task is independent of day of the week. Now, second part of Cron Table, that is, command part will be touch, space, file name, to be created. Above entry will create a file on 12th August at 2 p.m. Let's see another example. Suppose we want to remove a directory every week for weekly cleanup of our system. For this we can add entries as. First part can be, at weekly. This keyword will schedule the task every week on Sunday at 12 a.m. midnight. Second part will be command to be executed, that is, rm-rf, then, directory name to be removed. This will remove the directory every week on Sunday. Now, we will see how to modify, or add, or delete the entries in Cron Table. For this, there is an utility in Linux named Crontab. This utility can be used to add, delete, or list the cron entries from Cron Table. To list the cron entries from Cron Table of current logged in user, we can run the command crontab-l similarly. To modify Cron Table, use command crontab-e. This command will open an editor to modify the entries. Now, we will see some demos. Here, I have 5 examples. Let's start with first one. First, we have to schedule a task which runs on every Sunday. Let's list the Cron Table. We use command crontab-l. We do not see any output here, because there is nothing in Cron Table as of now. Now, let's add our first task. To add an entry, type Crontab -e. This will open an editor. Now, we will add our first task here. Our first task is to schedule a task which runs on every Sunday. We will start with minute part. We will add 0 in minute to run the task its 0th minute. In hour part, we will again add 0 to run the task its 0th hours. That is, midnight. Third element will be asterisk, because we want to run this irrespective of what day of month it is. It will make it independent of the date. Fourth element will also be asterisk to make it independent of month. Fifth element will be either 0 or 7 to represent Sunday, as we want to run this task on Sunday only. Then, we will enter the command or task we want to execute. After entering the value, save it and close the editor. Now, before proceeding to next example, I will show you if the task is being executed or not. Current time in my machine shows 7:33 p.m. UTC. Let's schedule a task which will create an empty file at 7:35 p.m. UTC. To do this, open editor with command Crontab -e. Let's add the entry. I will add 35 in minute element. Then 19 in hours element. In remaining 3 elements, we will just add asterisk. This is because we want to run this command daily at this time. If we want to run this only today, then we can add today's date in day of month part. Moving on. Now, I will add command to be run, that is, touch $home/filename.txt. This will create a file named filename.txt in my home directory. Save and exit. Now, let's check the cron table. Type command Crontab -l. This will list the current entries in cron table. Now, let's wait for 7:35 p.m. I will pause the video for 1 minute and will be back at 7:35. I am back again. It's 7:35 p.m. now, as you can see. Let's check if file is created in home directory. Let me list the files in home directory. Here, you can see a file named filename.txt is created. Moving on to second example. In second example, we have to schedule a task which runs at every 2 hours. Open editor. Let me disable the last task. To disable any task, we can add hash in beginning of the line. To schedule this, we will add the entry as 0 in minute part, */2 at hour part. This format is used to schedule for every 2 hours. /2 represents every 2 hour. Remaining element we will keep asterisk. It will make the task executable independent other part of time. And then task to be executed. Save and exit. Let's list the cron table. You can see the table now. I will leave third and fourth example for you. Try to schedule them by yourself and let me know the values in comments. We will move on to fifth example. In this example, we have to schedule a task which runs at 1:30 a.m., 7:30 a.m., 1:30 p.m., and 7:30 p.m. daily. Open the editor. Add the entry as. My new element will be 30, because task is to be run at 30th minute. Our element will be 1, 7, 13, 19. To add multiple values in any element, we separate those values with comma. So, here, to run the task at 1, 7, 13th and 19th hours, we added 1, 7, 13, 19. Remaining field will be asterisk, as we want the task to be run independent of date, month, or day of week. Then, we will add the commander script to be executed. This is for today's video. Please like the video, subscribe the channel, and share it with Linux enthusiasts or beginner friends. Thank you.